Hello, everyone. I'm Amanda Howard with Amanda Howard Sotheby's International Realty, and I am excited that we were invited to be here today to interview with Jeff Thinfinger so we can better understand the development that he and his family have put together, and we're very, very excited about. In fact, I know our agents have already sold two, pre-sold two, and we're excited about more as we develop this and are able to share this and get it out to everyone who is interested. But this is Hayes Farm Development.
Right.
And Jeff, first, thank you for having us here. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you. And this development is so beautiful, so we're very excited to highlight it. But first, I would love to hear the inspiration and vision that you and your family had when wanting to put this development together. Would you mind sharing that with all of our viewers?
Be happy to. My family is a developing family. My two uncles, Jim Hayes and John Hayes, and myself have been in business together now for 50 years. And so we have quite a history of farming in Madison County, but also developing. And we've done McMullen Cove and Hampton Cove and 50 or so developments over the years. This is a family farm that we did, Hayes Farm, and it's became time for the family to do this and liquidate this asset. And so we've been planning it now for 15 or 20 years. It's not the biggest thing we've ever done, but it is very unique in that it has 850 total acres, and only 350 of those acres will be developed. So 500 acres will be preserved. So on a percentage basis, that's about 60% of the property will be preserved, and about 40% will be developed in both office and retail, as well as apartments and in single-family detached homes.
Oh my goodness, that's going to be a huge project. So this is a lot bigger than, I've looked at the subdivision and the homes, but share a little bit more about what you were wanting to, or what you're envisioning for the family aspects with this commercial side of the developments that you're bringing in, the tenants that you're wanting to bring in.
Well, it is, we have two big centers out on the Parkway that are, has been redone and has some fantastic new restaurants in it. Tom Brown's, I just went to it last week, and it really was a lot of fun. So that's exciting for the South Huntsville. We'll also be redoing the Home Depot Center in 2.5 years, and so that one will be redone as well. Inside the community, we'll have a small shop, small eating establishment on the city park that will be also built as part of the community. So that will be a community, sort of a fun, small scale shop and small restaurant sort of an environment to be a little bit different than what's out on the Parkway. But we have, that's the retail side of it. And then if you don't mind.
I was going to ask about the $6 million urban development. Is that where you're going? I thought so.
Well, this is, we've done a lot of developments. We've done a lot of recreational stuff at McMullen Cove, as an example. We've got nearly 1,500 acres of preserved property and about 30 miles of trails. And so we've dedicated the Hayes Farm Preserve is about a 600-acre preserve on the Flint River. So we have a pretty good bit of history trying to preserve property and doing it in conjunction with development. But this is really unique, and we've got three kinds of parks. We have a sports park that is being developed by the city now. There's nearly $6 million, and it's primarily a soccer park. It's done as part of the soccer family in Huntsville, but also in conjunction with Grissom High School, which is on our campus as well. And then we've got the Urban Park, which is a 10-acre park similar to Big Spring Park downtown, that the city and us together have jointly pooled about $6 million, and that will be a fantastic new urban center for concerts and big lake, and it'll be in conjunction to the retail, as I said, as well. And then we have about a 350 acre passive park that will be a primitive park that will have about 10 miles of paved trails that go through it. That's just now finishing. We're just now starting the urban park. We're just now finishing the primitive park, and the sports park is reaching completion as well. So all of these, within 2024, what you'll see here is a real blooming of the development that is associated with a lot of planning that's been going on for decades, but particularly the last 3 to 4 years. And so all of these things will be coming together in 2024.
Wow. So a $6 million urban development park is going to be very impactful for the whole community as a whole. But what I also love that you mentioned is that 60% of this development is protected, preserved for the people who are going to live here to be able to walk, to ride bikes, to kayak, and I've seen the lakes. I would love to paddleboard myself. But why was that important to you and your family to have that much preserved here?
It was important, and it has so much to do with the flavor and the lifestyle in the community. My 2 uncles and myself did a lot of duck hunting in the back, and so we have a lot of family memories, great family memories from hunting this farm in the 50s and 60s and 70s. And so we wanted to preserve a good piece of it. And so a lot of our motivation came from that. A little bit different feature than you indicated, though, it's actually all going to be the city-owned park. So all 350 acres, plus the sports park, plus the city park, will be part of the community of the City of Huntsville Recreation Department. So it's available not just to the residents who live here, but to the South Huntsville and the community in general.
That's wonderful. So all of us can enjoy it.
That's right. It will all. And it's we've got set up. We're set up to have with Fleet Feet. It's set up to do a sports every fall with us, where we're going to have the community come and do different runs and different sort of exercises. And so it is something where it's planned to develop. We have planned, it hasn't been funded yet, but we have planned to have a park center that would coordinate the development of these 3 parks together. So you would actually have a staff on site that would coordinate the concerts and the soccer games and then whatever happened in the primitive park from a perspective. So it's designed over time to evolve into something that'll have a lot of human activity coordinated by the City of Huntsville.
Wow. So we've covered a lot of the amenities, the community development, and the community service enhancements. So that's all going to be very exciting. But tell us a little bit about the timelines now of your phases.
We started maybe 2 years ago,
Okay.
and we put in 150 lots. We expect we have a total of 450 when we finish. So we've got 300 more opportunities coming down the pike. 5 years, 6 years, something like that. We're not in a hurry to do it. We are the builder here. Our family is the building company, Hayes Farm Homes. But it's something that we want to develop over time and take our time and let it mature with the community. We've got so many good things happening around Hayes Farm that have to do. The Freedom Real Estate associated with Bill Rourke and Brenda Conville are starting an office tower that's 40,000 feet. That'll start groundbreaking this month. And so we'll have a combination of office and retail and then home building that we'll be doing. 2 apartment complexes are on site. One of them is under construction, the other was just beginning. I saw it coming in. So all of that will be blooming and blossoming about the same time. And it'll take, 5 or 6 years for it to mature, but you can see already it's going to be a one-of-a-kind development.
Oh, that's so exciting. So what are the future plans for expansions within the development?
We'll just be putting in phases over time.
Okay.
Our housing will be we have 3 office towers planned. It'll be close to 500,000 square feet of office towers over time. The first one is coming up. Then we have the retail. We have one center already redone. Another center will be redone in 2 years. Then you've got on the multifamily side, we've already got one project coming, the second one that finishes that effort. And then on the single family, we expect to put in about 50 lots a year for 5 or 6 or 7 years and build those homes, and it'll be a sort of a sustained effort that we ought to be proud of by the time it's finished.
That's so exciting. So share with me the price ranges of the homes that are afforded for.
We'll run from about 400,000 to 8, 9. We'll have a house. We built a house now that's more than $1 million. So we're about 400,000 to $1 million.
That's so exciting. So how can we let people know how they can, interested individuals could come and find out about the property?
We do have a sales center on site.
Okay.
And so we're at South Memorial Parkway and Hayes Farm Road, which is Weatherly, the extension of Weatherly. We're right next to Grissom High School, just out the window.
Yeah.
And so Laura Rogers is the sales manager, and we're open full time, and we've had good sales success so far. And we look forward to serving those customers and future customers. Our goal is about 50 a year in the single family detached.
Oh, that's fantastic. As I said, we already pre-sold 2. I know we have several more interested. Our agents absolutely love this product, your product, and everything that's been developing here. And individuals can also reach out to us. We're happy to connect you and take you through tours or show you the plat maps and all the amenities that are available. And Jeff, thank you so much. I have to say, I've got one little story that you probably don't even know about, but early when I first moved here, in a couple years after moving here, my daughters were 3 and 4 years old, and your family was kind enough to let me have my first family photo shoot with my girls here in Huntsville.
I didn't
was
know that.
here on your old farm. And yeah, we still love and look back at those pictures with such fondness, and your whole family has just been such a blessing to my family and all of us here in Huntsville. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you for having me today.
So just to recap, we are here at Hayes Farm, and we just covered the amenities, the beautiful features here, the exciting community developments and upcoming plans that is going to be hosted here in this master plan. And for the housing, the commercial aspects, the restaurants, and the fun events, things that outdoor activities and the exciting things that you can do here. And it's right next to the school. There was so much covered. Thank you so much, Jeff. And please feel free to reach out to us for any additional information. As always, do not forget to hit subscribe. You are not going to want to miss more information such as this about the exciting communities that we're going to be featuring here in Huntsville, Madison, and the greater Tennessee Valley. So again, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on a thing. And until next time, keep dreaming big, exploring new horizons, and finding your next place to call home.